Testing.
Okay, we're on. Oh, lovely. Okay. Do I have to stand within view of the whole show?
No.
Okay.
They know you're going to be walking.
Okay.
I gave them the other. Hold on. Look out. I have a microphone. Hey, everybody. I want to thank you all for coming. This is my niece. I'm Jean. I work up in PC and activities. And this is my lovely niece, Amber. And she's hopefully going to be able to connect with some of your loved ones tonight. She'll tell you a little bit about herself and what she does, okay? Enjoy it.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay? I've never used one of these things before, so hopefully I don't whack it because I'm a very hands-on kind of talker.
Do you want this one instead?
No, it's okay.
All right.
Because I'll probably throw it.
Just a bit closer. Or maybe you want to hold it?
How's that? Is that better? You can't hear me? Yes. Okay. Okay, so thank you for having me here this evening. I am delighted to talk to all of you and your family and friends who are in the spirit world. Like my Aunt Jean mentioned, I've known her all my life. I did not know I was a medium all of my life. It wasn't until I was 22 years old. My grandmother had passed away, and 1 week to the day after she died, I woke up in the middle of the night because I felt somebody sit on my bed. And I opened my eyes, and there she was, staring at me. I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. And I told her to go away because I was scared. And I threw my blanket over my head, and I cried myself to sleep. But during that visit with her, she telepathically told me, "I'm here to enlighten you." It didn't matter. She could have said anything. I was terrified. I woke up the next day and I told my mom, and she said, well, you know, your grandmother was a seer. She was clairvoyant, and she could see things ahead of it happening. She could see a lot, and I didn't know this at the time, and I didn't know what being enlightened was either. So I sat with it for a little while. I was really scared because I grew up in a haunted house with like ghosts, and we're not going to get there into that story, but I started researching about angels and how there are these protection measures in place on the things that we cannot see. I found a church and started studying about what it is like to be intuitive and sensitive, and where my gifts are the strongest is with the spirit world. So 14 or so years later, here I am today. But I really wasn't actively practicing this type of work, right? I'm a mom, I have 3 kids, I have a very busy life, full-time job, you know, the whole shebang. But it hit me when I lost my mom last year, suddenly, that I was wasting my gift. And I can talk to the spirit world. And it wasn't until I actually received a reading organically that I found how healing the work of mediumship actually is, because this is not it. There's more, and we just can't see it with our eyes. So I was kind of called to do this type of work. I put myself in a study program and started doing events like this and doing private one-on-one readings, doing readings at fairs and expos and things like that. And so that's my story. I do this type of work because I'm called to do it. I'm meant to do it. And basically kind of how this works tonight, I will give you guys pieces of information that I get from the spirit world and deliver that information to you. I work clairvoyantly, clairaudiently, clairsentiently, and all these big things just mean that I can hear and feel and see and experience spirit in different ways. Has anybody ever been to a medium before? Yeah? Okay. So all mediums do work differently. So my goal is to give you the information in the way that I get it. If I say that I see a red car, I'm going to try and stay out of this because my first car was a red car. If you know somebody who in the spirit world who has a red car, it might mean something totally different to you. So I'm just going to give you the information in the way that I get it and not interpret it, okay? If I say something that resonates with you, I want you to put your hand up. Yes? Probably not, because I connect with the spirit world. With the living, it's a little harder. So I probably can't do that today. But I can connect with somebody who's on the other side. So if somebody is on the other side and he hasn't been found yet, I don't know. I don't want to go there, but I have never worked with locating the living. Thank you for your question. But so if I do give you information that resonates with you, I want you to put your hand up. It will be a process of elimination. Spirit will tell me who I'm working with. And if you think, well, if I say, oh, I'm getting the number, 87, and somebody you know died at 86, it's close. So still participate if you think it may apply to you. One final thing that I want to tell you is that we got a pretty nice group here. A lot of times what happens is a spirit will come through, and I may be working with one person specifically, but a lot of that information may pertain to you. Because we're humans, and we all have so many similarities, sometimes one person can kind of come through and have it resonate for you, and I want you just to take that with you as a visit from your loved one, because there's no way that I'm going to be able to speak to each and every one of you tonight. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go inward for just a second and kind of open up and see who we have, and we'll get the show on the road. You good? Questions? Okay. All right, so I'm going to just go inward here for just a second. Okay, I have a gentleman who's stepping forward here, and when I work, I see the spirit world right here with me. So if I don't look directly at you, my apologies, but I'm trying to work with them here. So I do have a gentleman who's stepping forward. This gentleman is actually in size to me. He's like my height. So I would say that I'm like 5'9", 5'10". So he would be of my height. He has a very slender build. And I want to just connect with him a little closer here. When I do connect with him, I notice a few things, and this would be related to the way he passed or why he would have passed. I feel two things. One could be my racing heartbeat because of nerves, but the other, I do feel it more central down in the stomach area. This would be involving the organs. I'm not in healthcare, so I'm not going to pretend to name organs, but this is where I'm feeling it in the lower stomach. So when I say stomach, I don't mean like the digestive part of the stomach, but the lower stomach. So this would be potential, organs, an organ failure of that nature. But I do also get this racing heartbeat. So I really wasn't nervous going into this, so take it or leave it. But this would definitely be a contributing factor to his passing for sure with the lower area here. I'm also hearing an F name. I don't know if it's Frank, Fred, something with an F, could be first name or last name. Does anybody here understand this from a gentleman so far yet? Slender build, my height, stomach. Yes? Okay. Was there something involved in the heart? Or is it just stomach? Is it both? Okay, because I'm kind of picking up on it here, so just want to make sure that I deliver the information in the way that I get it. Okay, I want to just point out the fact that he's really bringing attention to his slender physique. So I don't know if this was important to him. Where's that other microphone? May I get this to her? He's really bringing attention to the fact that he's slender. So I don't know if he was concerned about his appearance in one way or if he had lost some weight. Do you understand either of this? Okay. He comes through with this spark of energy, and I want to say that he has something like, I'm trying to find the word here. He's commanding. Like if he's speaking, like he can get my attention, and I feel like he had a big personality. I don't know if I would say that he was a jokester, but I kind of get this like lighthearted feeling when I talk to him. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Thank you for that. Let me just see here what he wants to say. Is this a spouse to you? This is your spouse. Thank you for that. Okay. I feel his parallel to you, and I want to bring attention to that because not all relationships are created equal, okay? He is bringing attention to the fact that he was your equal. He did not command power over you, and he did not let you command power over him. We are equal. We are partners. You understand this relationship?
Yes.
Okay. He loved that. I get goosebumps all over right now because he loves that, because he's saying not everybody is that lucky to have somebody on their level, not controlling the relationship. Okay. Let me just see here 1 second. Okay. I'm trying to get some information from him here with his passing. And I feel this like dull sense. So this was not a very quick passing. Do you understand this?
Yes.
This feels like it's lingering and lagging, and it sucks. I want to just say that flat out. It sucks. And I feel that, you know, if it were up to him, he would have preferred to go fast in his eyes, because there's no point in just sitting here waiting. You understand that? And he just brings attention to the fact that he wasn't given that opportunity, and those were the cards that he was dealt. Speaking of cards, are there any significance to cards? Because I literally just saw like a spread of cards. Like, you know how like when you fan out like a magic trick with cards? Did he often play with cards? So I don't know if that was his message, these were the cards I was dealt, or if there's something other with cards. Nothing. Okay. Maybe that was just it. These were the cards he was dealt. Okay, the way he comes through, it's funny because I feel like he has these old tennis shoes. I don't know if he wore them a lot and you were like, get rid of them, replace them or whatever, but I feel like he's drawing attention to these old tennis shoes. Did he hold on to these tennis shoes? Like, well, I say tennis shoes, but I mean like sneakers. These old like beat up sneakers.
He had a pair. Everybody has a pair.
Yes, he's bringing attention to them. Like, I feel like there might have been something funny about them, whether you know somebody's saying like get rid of these or whatever that looks like to you. But he is bringing attention to them that he's wearing them because they're comfortable. So tennis shoes are still there. Okay, so let me see here. Okay. Now, do you two have a son together?
Nope.
No children.
We have children.
You have children, but no sons. Okay. I feel like I want to talk about a son. It's possible, because I know my time is limited. Just give me 1 second. Do you have a grandson?
No.
No grandsons. Okay. All right. We're going to hold that over here because this literally does move a little fast, and maybe I'm not moving fast enough for the next person in line. But I'm going to just stay here with this. All right, I don't know if I'm moving on here, but I also got a P initial. What's your name?
Pardon me?
What's your name?
Carol.
You're Carol. Okay. All right, I'll hold on to the P because I feel like I might be moving on here.
That's my main name.
It was with a P? Okay. And you don't have any sons alive or in the spirit world?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let me just give you a message. It's funny that he shows me this. I see this waving flag, and I represent a flag with freedom. So I feel like his message to you is to enjoy your freedom. Live life. Be free. Do the things that you want to do. That's his biggest message to you, is to be free and live. Much love. Thank you for that. Okay, let me see where I got this son coming from, because I definitely want to talk about a son. I don't know if this is a son in the spirit world or what it is, but we're going to see if I can connect in here a little closer to the son. Okay. When I try to connect here with the son, I'm going to say that this would be somebody's son who would have passed away. When I connect, I get a little dizzy. I will tell you that I can identify this way that I'm feeling is usually due to some type of incident with either drug-induced or alcohol-induced under some type of influence, because I get this like dizzy in my head. I've never had like an actual condition that made me feel like this, so this would be somebody who would have passed, who would have been a son, and would have passed away due to potentially a drug overdose. Let me just get a little bit more information. I want to go with like age 22, 23. 27 may feel a little old for me when I'm going with his age. So I feel like he would have potentially been in his 20s. Sorry, I told you I'm a hands talker. Did anybody lose a son to either a drug overdose or some type of alcohol-induced accident? No. Okay. It's possible that maybe we don't want to talk about it in this setting, and that's okay too. Let me just see here if I can get a message from this person, because this is not the easiest place to talk about these type of situations. So I do feel like the person here that this gentleman came for is for his mother. I also see the S affiliation to the name. Could be, again, first name, last name. I feel like the biggest message that this gentleman does want to deliver today is the fact that he's sorry. He's sorry that he disappointed you. He's not mad at his decisions. He doesn't want you to be mad at his decisions. But this is what I'm saying, is I'm sorry for the decisions that I've made. And I want to tell you something about the spirit world. They don't usually always apologize. So don't think that because it is sorry, it doesn't always come through with a sorry, especially in situations where their decisions led to their passing. Pardon? Good, okay. Okay, so let me let him go. And I'm going to see if I can pull someone else in here. Thank you for that. Okay. I get a woman coming through. She comes through. It's interesting, the way that she comes through. This woman is actually rather short to me in the way that I stand. I would put her at maybe 5'3", 5'4", somewhere around here. She comes through and she is, I would put her in her 40s, maybe 42, 43, somewhere around the lower 40 age range. And I feel that this woman, when she comes through, she has a scarf on her head, as if she lost her hair. But in the spirit world, once we pass away, everything that we suffered from here becomes null and void. There's no more suffering. So the way she comes through is almost with this scarf that she battled some type of cancer. And I want to talk about her features. She has very dark hair, very dark eyebrows, very dark eyes. I would put her at, again, in her 40s. And she does appear to be on, how do I put this politely? The more plump side. She's not significantly overweight, but she does come through taking up a little bit of space around me when I feel her. Does anybody connect with a woman who would have potentially had cancer, lower 40s, and the smaller size? Can you guys hear me okay? No? I want to talk about this woman here. I feel like she has been in the spirit world for a while. I would put it maybe 15 to 20 years that she's been in the spirit world. So this woman comes through potentially on a similar level as me. She would be of like a cousin, friend, sister type of relationship. She's like not older than me or younger than me. No? Okay. All right, well, we have 2 unclaimed spirits so far. All right. I know. You know what? When I was walking in the hall up there earlier, I felt someone, and I'm like, unless you're here for somebody, don't come with me. All right. No worries. I feel like this woman is like an SH, like I want to say Cheryl or Cher or something with that SH type of sound. Could be a CH if it's Cheryl. Going once, going twice. No? Your name is Cheryl. Did you have breast cancer? Any type of cancer where you would have lost your hair? How about in the spirit world? This is a woman. She's short, and I can see her figure. You're Cheryl? This is like a Cher type of name. The spirit world can give us messages about ourselves, about them, about people in our lives. Let me just see if I can get one more piece of information from her to see if I'm with you. It could be somebody that you've known. Literally anybody that we've ever known our entire lives stay connected to us. So when they die, they keep the connection with us. So this could be somebody that you've known years ago. Oh, okay. Can I tell you a funny story? My sister does, she used to do home health care. And a colleague of mine did a reading for her, and 2 of her clients came through. So if you're a nurse, let me just stick with you for a second, because this literally could just be someone coming through just to say, you made a difference in my life. I feel like when this woman comes through, she has a very big personality, but she's smaller in relation to me in height-wise. The funny thing is that I don't like to talk about people's clothes too much because styles change, trends change, we change our clothes every day. But I feel like this woman is coming in with a cherries on her shirt. I don't know if you wore scrubs, if cherries are a thing, but this is what she's showing to me. I feel that the number 79 is also of significance. So I don't know if July 9th could be a thing, because she definitely wasn't 79. She was younger. Did you potentially give any care? Like you mentioned that you did work like this. So I'm just trying to place this woman in your connection with her. Did you ever work with any type of like cancer patients or anything like that?
No, I do mental health.
You do mental health. Okay. Well, I'm going to just wrap it up here. I'm not going to spend too much time with this woman if we can't totally place her, but I'll just give a big thank you, a warm hug to you if you can place her, because I'm sure you've touched a lot of people's lives and it matters. Okay? All right. Let me just go in here for 1 second. Let me see if I can pull someone else in here. Okay. I can go one of 2 ways here because there's 2 people really kind of next in line. And I'm going to bring this woman forward here with me. And just get connected with her a little closer. Okay. Interestingly enough, I just saw a picture of my sister's face, which my connection to that is this would likely be a sister, or potentially best friend who was like a sister to you. Okay, so keep that relationship in mind. Let me just bring her a little closer here. Okay, when I connect with her, I'm feeling a little fuzzy in my head. Let me just see, because I have a couple things that I can kind of sort out. Yeah. Okay. I feel like this woman is giving me an indication that she would have had an illness in her head. I don't know if this essentially was the reason she passed away, but it does feel like an Alzheimer's to me. Alzheimer's affects the brain for me in the front of my head, where other issues affecting the brain feel more on the side or on the back of my head. So I do feel like Alzheimer's was at play. And I feel like this sister is an older sister as well. I would put her maybe in her late 70s or so. Anybody have a sister in the spirit world who would have had Alzheimer's and would have been older? Potentially not Alzheimer's. It feels like Alzheimer's to me, but it would definitely be like a brain condition of some sort. Does anybody have a older sister in the spirit world? No? You do, but not brain. I'm wondering if you can hear me. Do you have an older sister in the spirit world? You do? Did she have something with her head? Like, I don't know if it's Alzheimer's for sure, but it feels like Alzheimer's. Did your sister have Alzheimer's? She did? Okay. Let me connect with her. And would she have been in her like later 70s, early 80s, give or take? I feel like she wasn't super old, but 70s, 80s. I'm trying not to offend anybody. I'm sorry. You have one older, and did they both have Alzheimer's? Just the older one. Okay. Let me just bring her closer here. I'm also seeing a C. I'm seeing a C affiliated. Does her first or last name begin with a C? Her first name begins with a C? Okay, thank you for that. I'm going to just bring her a little closer here. Are you Charlie? What's your name? Dick. You're Dick. Okay. I want to just say Charlie. Do you have a Charlie in the spirit world? No. All right. I'm going to hold on to Charlie because he might be coming through for somebody else. There was a man and a woman getting ready to step forward, and I pulled the woman forward. So I'm going to just connect with your sister here for just a second. Interestingly enough, I see a school bus. Did she or you have any affiliation to working in a school district? Sometimes when I see a school bus, it can mean like learning or school. I don't know if you're in school at this point, but maybe you can take that back because she definitely showed me a school bus. I feel like there's definitely something important about education of some sort, whether that be you or somebody else in your life. Do you know any educators? Are you related to any educators? Your other sister's a school teacher. Okay, thank you for that. Like I said, they give us information about themselves, us, and the other people in our lives. So it's very well, if she's trying to bring attention to school, she may have a message for your sister as well. Do you still talk to your sister? Your sister, or has she passed away? Are they both passed? They're both passed. Okay, we're bringing in the whole family here then. All right, so the way that works for me clairvoyantly, when I connect with someone, I'm open. And we can literally sit like we're sitting at a kitchen table having a conversation all at once. So whatever they show to me, I'm going to give to you. And so this is their way of then just saying, we are together. That's the two symbols that represent each of them, is your older sister with the Alzheimer's and your younger sister with the school. I'm going to just say here that They want to recognize that you are a very good man and that you are a good brother. It may not have made their lives easy, but you were a good brother and you were a good man. Yeah, I'm not saying that you made their life easy, but you did a good job at being their brother. You understand that. And they give all their love with me when they say that, with a big heartfelt thank you. All right. I'm going to see here if I can pull in this Charlie. Do you have a Charlie in the spirit world before I move on? No Charlies. Okay. Does anybody here have a Charlie? 1, 2 Charlies. Your brother had a Charlie in Connecticut. Is Charlie passed or is Charlie still alive? Okay. I'm not sure. I'm going to take Charlie. I'm going to see if I can get a piece of information from Charlie to see if I'm still with you, because when spirits do come through, they come through in a whole group. We are together here on earth. We are together in the spirit world. So when I connect, a lot of times, family groups will come in, okay? So Charlie was in Connecticut, you said. Okay, I do see a black car. I want to say that it's a sports car. I'm sorry, I'm not really a big fan of cars. Do you know if Charlie would have had a black sports car? You wouldn't know. Does anybody's Charlie have a black sports car? It's like a muscle car. I don't know if that means anything, but it looks like a muscle car to me. Who else had a Charlie? Did your Charlie drive a black car? No, okay. I wonder if it might be for you since you're not 100% sure. Either way, this is the information that I got, so we'll just say a big heartfelt hello from Charlie. Okay? Thank you. All right, so let me see if I can go back over here. I've got like a whole waiting room here that you guys can't see, but this is where I'm bringing them in at. All right, let me see here. Okay. I want to bring this gentleman forward here. Okay, come on closer. There goes my microphone. I told you it wouldn't be long. Where'd my clip go?
Oh, you broke it. Oh, dang. Here, you want to use this?
No, it's okay. It should just snap back in. Right here.
Oh, you know. Okay, you know more than me. Oh, now you dropped this.
I'm sorry, folks. Okay. There we go. Can you still hear me good? Okay. All right, let me just go back here. All right. I'm going to pull this gentleman closer to me here. Let me just get real close to him. I feel like this guy is going to be quiet, like he wants to be here, but he's not totally sure. Okay, I have a gentleman here who's stepping forward. I would put him in age-wise. I don't have an exact number. I would say he's in his 60s. The biggest part that I feel when I first connect to him is, interestingly enough, my feet. I don't think that he would have passed away due to his feet not working. But a lot of times when we lose our mobility towards the end of life, my feet feel it first. I don't know 100% what he passed away from yet, though. I don't really feel any one specific place in my body. I would potentially then say that he would have had a condition that would have affected his whole body. Some type, cancer feels this way to me, MS feels this way to me, similar conditions in that nature where they're full body. And I feel like with his passing, he would have lost his ability to walk. He would have lost his ability to talk as well. Excuse me, 1 second. He's actually, they do this to me all the time. It's not fun when I have a microphone on. I feel that he, I just want to connect a little closer here, because I feel like I'm picking up on his personality. He's not super chatty. He's not one to be big into social environments. He liked to be home watching the game, you know, outside of big crowds. Does anybody understand this? Specifically my voice. I don't know if there would have been some type of reason, for instance, life support. If the gentleman would have been on life support, he would have not been able to speak. Additionally, the walking and feeling in this nature. I don't know. I'm not picking up on anything as far as a specific relationship goes to this gentleman yet. Does anybody connect with this? With the loss of being able to speak and walk with the full body. You understand this? Who is this to you, may I ask? This is your husband. Is there also a G affiliation with his name? Could be first or last name. No G. That's okay. I'll take that or leave it. Sometimes I'm hit or miss with names, and that's just how it is for me. I want to just talk about here, the biggest thing is that he is driving me crazy with not being able to talk. He is like sending me this, that it was sad, it was upsetting to him that he couldn't speak. It's almost like he didn't get a chance to say goodbye because he had this damn thing in his throat. He wants you to know that he would have told you so much. Like, he just keeps sending me this frog in my throat. Now that I'm getting it out, you can see I'm not coughing anymore. But his biggest thing is just that he didn't get to say goodbye. He didn't get to say the I love yous and the thank yous. And he wants you to know that even though he couldn't say it, you know he felt it. I want to just look here. Do you have children together? Are there 2 children? 2 boys? One of each. Okay. I see 2 lines. Sometimes it's hard for me to discern that, but either way. Were they there at the time of his passing?
My son.
Your son was there. Okay, this is why I'm picking up on the son too. I want to just acknowledge the fact that he was not alone, and he was at peace, and he was comforted in these last moments that he experienced. Now that he is like having to be able to say this to you, thank you for all of the good things. Thank you for all of the lessons. Were you more of the teacher in the relationship?
In a way.
I feel like he's saying thank you for the lessons, specifically. That's what he's saying. Thank you for the lessons. And he wants you to know that he was not afraid, and he felt very comforted, and that he was not alone when he passed away. But he's just sorry that he didn't get to say all of the things that he wanted to say to you. He's telling me how kind of a person you are, and how you will continue to spread kindness to people. Almost like, I want to compare you to like the mother of the group, right? Like always mothering people. No matter how big your kids are, he's saying she's always mothering. She always will mother, and how much you care for people. And he just loves that about you, and he loves watching you continue to spread kindness and look out for other people and be kind to other people. I want you to know that he is very thankful that he was not alone and he was not scared. And also, what is the significance of night? Did he pass at nighttime?
No.
Well, I'm seeing a moon. Do you understand what the connection is to the moon? Just random thing? I don't know.
He loved to be out in nature. He was a hunter and fisherman.
It was a hunter and fisherman. Okay.
Fished at night.
Okay, got it. Got it. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, he was just showing me the moon, and I feel like I can't understand what he means behind it, but maybe that's where he finds his peace. Okay? One more thing. Did he work with wood, like did he build stuff with wood?
He built our house.
He built your house. Okay. He literally was showing me this long 2x4, and I'm like, what's with the wood? And he's showing it to me. So that's just acknowledgement that he's all good. He lived a great life, and he loves you very much. Okay? All right, thank you for that. All right, let me see who else I got here. I'm going to just take a sip of water. How are we doing on time? Okay. I had to clear that frog out of my throat. I'm sorry. They always do that to me somehow. Okay. Okay. I have a woman here who's stepping forward. Okay. I feel like this woman's passing would have been more on the fast side. I feel specifically something in the back of my head. Would be affiliated with a stroke or aneurysm of some sort, something fast. Something come on fast where there was really not much suffering. Now wait a second though here, because now that I say that, I feel like she didn't pass away right away from it. It was more like the event happened and she kind of hung in there. This also feels very motherly to me, so it could be mom, grandmother. Potentially a very close aunt as well, but I feel like the mother-like type connection to her. And I feel that when I connect with her, she's got this very big smile on her face. So I feel like this woman would have been a very bright and happy person as well. Does anybody understand this? Anybody have a mother, grandmother type of figure who would have had some type of, I don't know if it's a stroke or aneurysm, I can't discern the two, but it's something that happened very fast with the brain. Do you understand this? Mom, grandmother, potentially aunt. The woman that does come through, she looks young. She looks younger to me to have like Alzheimer's or anything like that with the brain. I would put her in her maybe in her late 70s. Also, there is an A affiliation to her name or potentially your name. Does anybody have a connection with this? This is like mom or grandmother. No. Okay. Let me just see here. Yeah, this is definitely in my head. I feel like she's not stepping away either until we claim her. She's just like hanging around here. Disregard the mother, grandmother. I'm having a hard time discerning that exact relationship. This is a woman in her 70s who would have had something, I don't know if it's a stroke or aneurysm or some sort. No? Okay. All right, let me see here. Can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, that's sweet.
I know. Okay. I'm wondering. The unclaimed. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Let me just see here. I'm going to ask this woman just to step aside since nobody's claiming her right at this moment. I would feel like she's an Anna or Anna, a name for sure. Did she have something with the head?
I don't know. I was 5 years old.
Aha. That makes sense.
She
And did she pass away right away, or did she like stay alive for a little bit?
I think she passed.
All right. When I first connected, it felt quick, but then I felt like there was this like lingering for a moment. So let me just see here if I can get more information from her. This is like an Anna of some sort. And she would have been in her 70s when she passed, do you know? Not sure? No problem.
Maybe your 60s, I don't know.
Okay, no problem. I'll see what I can pull forward from her, because she was like not going away. She come through with this big old smile on her face. I don't know how much memories you have of her, but I would say that there is significance. She just showed me her china closet. So I don't know if there would still be china around that belonged to her of some sort, specifically like the dishes inside of it, or specifically the cabinet. Not sure. Either way, you could take this information and validate it with family who may have the information. A lot of times things come through that we can't validate. Those are not yeses, they're nos, they're I don't knows. But our spirit world, because their spirit world is still around us, because we don't always remember them, they definitely know who we are. So let me just see if I can get another piece of information from her. I feel as if, I don't know if you would know this or not, but like she's showing me these like antique things. And I don't know if it's, I don't want to call it antique, but like specifically like a watch, this cabinet. Was she kind of well off with, do you know? Okay. Sure. Yeah, no problem. I wonder if it's still around, though. That's my question: is does somebody still have it? And this watch specifically, it's like a gold band watch, kind of petite face. So hold on to those things. Validate it with your family. That's okay. Let me just see if I can get a message from her for you, because if there's not a whole lot of information that you can verify, at least we can give a message to you. Okay. Is this your partner here? Yes. Okay. I can see your connection. That's good. Okay. Let me just get here a little closer with her. I also want to tell you, this is a woman who smoked as well, because I can smell cigarettes. She didn't smoke. Do either of you smoke? No. I smell cigarettes when I connect with her. I don't. I am having problems with this thing.
Just, if you don't mind, just carry this one.
Okay, we're going to de-mic me. I'm going to talk to you. I feel like I could do better with this. Thank you.
You know what, it's a little louder too.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so let me just see here if I can get a message to both of you. So this would be, sorry, you probably wouldn't have ever met this woman then. You would have met her. Okay, we're going back a little bit. That's okay. All right, let me just see if I can get her a message, get you a message from her. And I'm going to work with a metaphor here for a second, because sometimes when the things that are going on in our lives are like complicated, it's hard for me to get insight into exactly what that looks like, right? So we're going to use the metaphor of just a road, right? This is just going to be the road of life. And I want to tell you the biggest thing that she's showing me is lots of sunshine. So I feel like that's just a symbol of having a happy life. I feel like you had some boulders along the way, but overall, you've got this like open road in front of you that is filled with opportunity to have lots of new memories. Do you travel? Okay, because I feel like the way that she put me in this open road is like journeys and like going on this adventure, and that's the best way to live life. And when they're not around in person for our lives and to see us grow up, they're still watching. And so I feel like she's pointing out this adventure that you are able to have in life with lots of joy. And that brings the spirit world nothing more than joy, than seeing their family happy. as well. I don't know. This is weird. Yeah, yep. Let me just bring her out here. I do feel like she is a full-figured woman as well. I don't see her being super small or super tall, but I can feel her around me in this fashion. I'm kind of a full-figured woman-ish, and I feel like she is my space, but a little more. Okay. You understand that? Yes, okay. So I feel like the weirdest thing she just showed me, and maybe this is because you were just talking about being in the garden, but she just showed me a bowl of green beans. What is significant about green beans? They did a vegetable garden. Huh, okay. Well, take it or leave the green beans. I don't know if that's her message to say, just eat lots of vegetables and be healthy and happy. All right, thank you for that. I'm going to go ahead and let her go, and I'm going to just see if I can pull someone else out here. Okay. I have a gentleman who I've just brought up to me here. Interestingly, when I connect with him, two things stand out. He would have had a bad back. I've got some discomfort in my back, and I got a splitting headache. So I don't know if there was an event or something that happened with the front of the head, but definitely he's making me aware of like a bad back. I also feel that this gentleman, let me just see if I can feel his, yeah, I feel like he's an average height, weight, shape. He's just kind of average like me. I do feel that he would have potentially been maybe a little taller than me, so not super tall, but I feel like this really pain in my back. And I don't know if there was even like a surgery to try to help the back. Do you understand this? Do you have a gentleman in the spirit world who would have had this back? No? Okay. The way that he's making me feel is that he would have dealt with this back pain for a while in his life. And I feel the way that he brought on this thing with my head, that may have actually led to his passing a little, been more serious. But I feel like he's just not letting me live up this back pain. Let me just see if I can get more information from him on his age here. I'm not getting anything on his age. Sometimes they can give me like an exact number, and other times it's a ballpark and how I see him. I can't for some reason guess. I'm going all over the place. I'm in the 50s and then I'm also in the 70s, and so the only other thing that happens is that if there would be, see if I can see him. Sometimes they don't want to show me. Yeah. I'm going to say that he feels younger. And the reason I say that he feels younger is just that I wonder if this is it. I wonder if he had the back issue in his 50s and maybe passed in his 70s. Those two dates seem like significant moments to me. Does anybody understand this? You understand this? It's weird because I've got the two like dates. Do you understand? What does this mean? Did he have like a back surgery or something that kind of changed his life? And then, you understand that? Okay. Would he have been about my height, maybe a little taller? And I feel that his personality, I feel like he liked to tell jokes and be funny. The reason I feel that is because when I asked him to show me something, he literally did a, now you see me, now you don't. And he kind of like did like a joke. I don't know that I really caught on to it, but would he have been the type to do like these funny like joke type of things? Yes? Okay. Is this your husband? Okay. I can feel this same level here. Also, I'm going all over the place trying to see if I can get his name. I'm going to pass over it because I'm not the best at that. But that's okay. So let me just go on here. And how old was he when he passed? 76. He like didn't want to talk about it. I mean, no, it's not funny, but like he just didn't want to talk about it. And I asked him how old he was, and he like was throwing me all over the place. And I feel like this is part of his personality, is to not be direct with answering my questions. Okay, so has he? I'm going to just ask you: has he been gone a while? 2 years. It feels like longer. I want to talk about why I feel this way. Has a lot changed for you since he passed? I mean, like, yeah, but you moved here. Okay. I'm just trying to understand because it feels like a lifetime ago for some reason to me. And maybe it's just because your whole environment has changed. I'm not sure. But the way that I feel it, I can feel that shift. I want to just talk here, in the way that he comes through, does he care for his lawn? Was like that very important to him? Okay, because I want to just talk about the lawn for some reason. Like he's literally showing me like a lawn and a lawn mower. So did that bother him then that he wasn't able to do it? So prior to his back thing happening, that's where you would have found him, is doing the yard work and just enjoying kind of making everything look nice and tidy. And I feel like it's more of like the visual of it, right? All right, so what do you want to say here? And what is his name? Peter. Okay, thank you for that. Let me just see if I can say, now was he older than you? Okay, I feel like he's just telling you, like, let me just get the message clear here. All right, I think this is why I'm feeling this way. I don't know if he would have primarily been the one to make a lot of the decisions, and I feel like he's kind of saying that he's proud of you. So would that have been more him making a lot of the decisions in life, or was that your role? It was even? Okay. I feel like he's saying like he's proud of you for kind of like stepping up and making hard decisions and things like that, or that you wouldn't have had to make those decisions in previous years because he would have made them for you. Kind of, that's how he's making me feel. All right. Interesting. The bells are just ringing and I'm thinking of Bethlehem for some reason. I don't know why. Are you from Bethlehem? Okay. That must have been just like a subconscious thing with those bells going on. But either way, let me just see if I can bring forward here a message from Peter. So that's Peter, yeah. I feel like that's his jokes always kind of. Of course it's going to happen when Peter's here, but I'm going to just say, I feel like his biggest message to you is a message of encouragement, and that he's very proud of you. He's very proud of you for making very hard decisions. I don't know if that decision was to move here or whatever that looks like, but he comes through with a lot of pride, and very potentially just pride to be your husband, right? All right, so with that, I'm going to step back. I feel like he's given one last joke here that I'm not quite getting, but he's doing something to try to put a smile on my face. So I don't know if he's trying to cheer me up or make me laugh or whatever that looks like, but I'm going to pass that over to you to know that he comes forward with a lot of joy. Okay? All right, thank you for that. Okay. All right, so let me just see if I can get one more person here for us. All right. Okay, I'm going to bring through this other gentleman here. Let me just get connected with him. It'll take me just a second. When I connect with this gentleman, I'm very aware of my breathing. So I feel like there would have been something with this gentleman's lungs. It feels like taking a deep breath is hard. I don't know what that looks like in terms of, diagnosis or anything like that. Like I said, I'm not a medical expert, but I definitely feel that this gentleman would have had a hard time breathing. Let me just get connected a little closer here. Immediately, I don't know why, I always feel like I'm going to jump right into COVID, so I don't know if this is a COVID thing or if this is a separate lung issue of some sort. This gentleman also comes through. He feels to me that it would almost have taken a lot to get him down. So I don't know if this was a very strong man in his best days, but I feel like it took a lot to. I feel like it took a lot to get him down. And when I connect with him, I'm also seeing the letter T. So I don't know if this is again, first name, last name with a T. And I feel like he would have potentially even been in his 60s or so when he passed away. Does anybody have a gentleman in the spirit world who would have, I don't want to go to COVID, but they feel the same to me with issues with breathing. Does anybody have somebody in the spirit world who passed away with a lung condition? Your father, does he have a T affiliation to his name? No. Would he have been like a very kind of like stocky man? I feel like it would have taken a lot to take him down. So not in the physical sense. Okay. That's the best way I can describe it, is the way that I feel. Was it COVID or was it some other lung condition? It was lung cancer. Okay. I always jump to COVID because it's always on my mind. So, okay, let me just connect with him here a little bit and see if I can get one more piece of evidence. You said there's no T connection. Does anybody else, before I go in here a little bit more, a T name that would have had a lung condition? I can't quite pinpoint the relationship yet. Let me just get a little closer with him. I feel like his personality, I'm going to go with his personality for a second. I feel like he is like Big Bear. Like I want to compare him to like a protector of some sort. So I don't know if he was a protective dad, but this is how it feels. He feels like a protective like bear to me. I feel very warm in his space that he's allowing me to share with him. I feel very comforted in his space, and I feel very safe. And I feel that part of the thing that he wants to talk about is that being so protective isn't always the right thing to do, because sometimes when you actually are exposed to the big and scary things, it's a total shock. And he kind of shielded that. And that's his personality. You understand that? Okay. Let me see if I can just get a message here with him. Are you retired? Okay. I know you said you were a nurse. I wasn't sure if you were still working or not. Let me just see if I can get him, get a message here for you. Okay. I'm sorry, remind me of your name again. Cheryl. Okay. I feel like I wanted to call you Kitten or something like that. Something like a little pet name. So I don't know if you had a pet name for you, but I feel like that's what I wanted to refer to you as. I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right. So okay, let me just see if I can get a message here for you. I'm going to work with a metaphor because that seems. He used to call you Monkey. That makes sense. Okay. Thank you for that. All right. So I feel like we're going to just get into a metaphor here. Now, are you married? Okay. I'm going to talk about your marriage for a second. I don't want to get too personal because we're in a big group setting here, but this is what he wants to talk about. I work with metaphors like I did here on the road of life, and this is specifically relating to your relationship. I feel that it might not be at its peak in this very moment. And the reason I feel that is because he's showing me a boat, and this is my symbol for relationships. He's showing me a boat, and it's literally like tilted on its side. It's a very nice boat. It's clean and shiny, and not to say that it's new, I don't know, but it's clean and shiny, but it's in the middle of a bit of a rock. Go with it. He's saying just go with it, just deal with it, because ultimately he wants to see you happy, and this is just life. The things that we bicker about and things like that, it doesn't seem significant, so don't let the little things rock your boat is the way that I want to say in terms of your relationship, okay? I feel like he's saying, Dad is always here. Daddy is always here. So I don't know if you did refer to him as Daddy, but I feel like he's saying Daddy is always here. And he will bring you comfort. Just feel free to talk to him. That's the biggest thing, that bring him in and talk to him, and he'll be there and give you a big old hug. Okay? All right. So thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm going to wrap it up. Did you have a question? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you all coming out for the night, and I hope you all get to, have a great night, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Amber.
Thank you.